We are back at Busch Gardens today. We were just here about a week ago, and we had plans to do the Fast Pass and pretty much just try and knock out all of the rides here today. However, the wind, the big shocker today, the wind, that's what's happening right now. The winds are about 25 to 30 miles per hour, and we're getting informed over the PA system in the park, letting us know that there's temporary closures to most of the rides. So we ended up talking to guest services. They refunded the Fast Pass since we originally had plans to do so. And now at this point, we're just gonna kind of experience the park normally. Now we are also doing Mardi Gras while we are here. We have the punch card, and Mardi Gras ends tomorrow. So we have 10 punches to try and get through. I mean, we gotta stay here at this point. We've gotta be able to spend the punches on the food and drinks here because we don't want to have wasted that opportunity. So we will experience some Mardi Gras and see if we can get on some rides here. But this is an unexpected turn. Most of the time in Florida, you might assume that you would have issues with the storms and hurricanes and things like that. Never thought wind would have been something that could interrupt your vacation. We are also here about an hour after park opening. We've been in the park for maybe 20-ish minutes, so I think things do kind of have to open up a little bit, but the delay isn't because of the operations early in the morning. It is strictly based off of weather right now. But you can see crowds don't actually look too busy right now as we're just kind of walking around and seeing what we can do. But we are coming now up to the Mardi Gras area, so hopefully we can get a little bite to eat here for some breakfast. And again, we'll just kind of venture through the park. Can you hear the wind right now? Wow, very, very strong. Here are the 9 booths that you have available here. So you do have the excursions, French Quarter pop-up, bourbon and whiskey tasting, sweet treats, hurricanes, Esplanade, I don't know, Esplanade Street Bites, Jackson Square, Nola Creamery, and Springs Tap Room. So you kind of have this main strip, which is where we are right now. And there's the wind, woo. But up top on the other side, which we'll go check out right now, you have 7, 8, and 9 on the top side up there, which is what we're gonna go see. So that's gonna be the Jackson Square, Nola Creamery, and the Springs Tap Room. So we'll go check out some of those booths. I don't know what's really open right now though. All right, we just found out it actually opens up at noon. It says right there on the sign. So we have about 3 minutes, and then we will go ahead and start ordering some food. Looks like there's actually some decent options here, but we're just checking out the menus while we wait. So Nicole has picked us up the Jambalaya. I don't want to spill all of the rice here. And this is going to be our first item that we're trying here today for Mardi Gras. We did try, what did we try?
Just I think the dirty rice and beans and like an andouille sausage po' boy. And I liked the po' boy. So this is the Creole rice, peppers, onions, and andouille sausage. But it's spicy, she said.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So we both just tried the sausage, and I'm like sifting through. We got 1 bite of sausage apiece. Mine was a full circle. I think yours was like a half or a third. Well, now it's just rice and tomatoes. Like I'm debating, like, do we like go back and ask for sausage? I just feel like there was literally not even a normal bite of sausage in there. I guess mine was normal, but yours was so small. That's so weird. All right, we just went around the corner to pick up the key lime parfait here, and they also have a mango parfait, but they were behind on the bundt cakes. They said they were waiting to get delivered the bundt cakes and the black cherry or blackberry, I don't remember which one they said, of the parfait. So they have 3 parfait options around the corner, but we're gonna try this key lime pie one for now. Well, I guess key lime, not key lime pie. See how this one tastes. It looks do you see how vibrant green that is? It's kind of crazy, but hopefully it's pretty good. But again, a little slow, I guess, on the operations. They don't have everything ready, and it's, what time is it right now?
It is
12:45. Yeah, so almost 1 o'clock, and they don't have the booth completely even ready at this point. So that's still kind of crazy. But all right, we're gonna try this out, and we'll let you know what we think. It looks so green.
It's very lime smelling. You gonna give it a sniff?
I will in a second. Smell-o-vision.
Boogery, right?
It kind of does. Like a little.
I'm gonna get in my head.
Nah.
All right, here we go. It's good.
Is it?
It's definitely limey. It's like a graham cracker crumble, I think.
Okay.
And these are not crunchy like I thought they'd be.
Oh, the little pearls on top?
Mm-hmm.
I was nervous about those. I always feel like the pearls, they like crunch your teeth too much.
Yeah, that's actually, that's good.
All right. I'll give it a try. I think that's a lot.
And a lot of green.
It's a lot of green and maybe not so much. Now I'm nervous. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. It's definitely like a pudding flavor of some sort there, or like a pudding style, but it's very thick for a pudding, I feel like too. Wait a minute, are we at Flower and Garden right now? Because this is Elmo and is it Oscar? Yeah, his arms look a little too big.
His arms are a little big for his body.
They are a little big. Elmo needs to be a little bit more red. You know what? It's not Disney standards, I guess. Still kind of unique. Let's go check out this gazebo. We got time. We got nothing but time today. Again, wind. Is that not crazy that wind is the one thing that's doing us dirty today? So can you guys see the koi fish just swimming around down there? They are quite large. And you have ducks. And I don't know what that is. That might be a duck too. This guy right here. Looks bizarre, but the koi fish, those are pretty big. I think I heard koi fish like adjust to the size of the pond they're in or something, or is that goldfish? One of the two. But you do have, gosh, I'm sorry if the wind is just like blasting the mic. I'll find out later. And there are the flamingos again. Nicole was telling us a unique fact. What is that fact, Nicole, about flamingos?
That flamingo, there's a bug on me.
Oh no.
Flamingos lose their color after they have a baby, because the parents spend so much time taking care of the baby, like making sure the baby's fed, that they start to lose their pink. But then once the babies get a little bit older and can kind of like care for themselves, the parents get their pink back.
So there you go. Flamingos are very good parents. Good job, flamingos. And I feel like fish like eat their babies, so they're not good parents. But cohabitating, kind of.
Can the flamingos get in here, do you think? Or is that little rock wall stopping them?
I don't really know.
Like, I guess like
No, they could probably walk right here.
This area.
Yeah.
Why aren't they?
I don't know. All right, continuing onward. Here are some more topiaries here. And again, it's just reminding me of Flower and Garden because they have like this exact style butterfly, maybe without the antennas, over at Epcot. And then you have, this one looks more like a moth actually. But yeah, it's kind of fun. And then you have some colored flowers here. Kind of gives you Flower and Garden vibes. Can you see and hear the bamboo? This is how windy it is today. They're just like clunking. I think that's bamboo. We were wondering about it, but it's just clunking. And that is the wind that we have here. And that is why we are not riding any rides at the moment, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, look at that. Holy cow. They are moving and grooving. Bamboo dance. All right, we are going to come in here to Lori Landing. I think you are able to just kind of come in and do as you please. I don't know if you have to pay for it, but my guess is you could just kind of walk in and it's just a no additional charge experience. There are a lot of additional charge experiences here at Busch Gardens, but I don't think this is one of them. So let's go take a look. Do I just push? I do. Hello. Here we are. These guys have afros or spiked hair. Probably a little hard to see. I'll try and do my best to give you guys some visuals on it. But they are very interesting looking. I've never seen a bird like that before. What do we have over here? Red-fronted macaws from South America. Oh, they're critically endangered. Where are they? Oh, they're back there. Wow, look at how big their heads are. Oh, never mind. I thought they had giant heads. They're just itching themselves. Fascinating. Oh, birds flying all around. Oh, and I guess I didn't even point this out. These are great blue taracos or terracals. They don't have much of a concern. They're also from Africa here. But that's what they look like if you can see. They've got that little afro going on. It's pretty cool. And let's go around the corner. Oh. Oh, we can go in here. Interesting. Oh, you hear them? Hello. They're loud. Apparently the birds inside of here might bite you. And, oh, look at he's right on the edge. Wow. Oh my gosh, look at, oh my goodness. Oh, he's gonna nip your finger.
He's like, I dare you to come in here and fight you.
Oh my goodness.
You ready?
Look at him. They're right up on you. Holy cow. Okay, time to get in. All right, we are inside. Oh, look at this guy here. He's got a big bill. That's another one climbing up there. Very fascinating. Down here you have some of these like small ducks. They're all over. They're so loud. Wow. Oh, over. Okay, we gotta go over on the corner. Oh, the blue-billed teal. That looks cool. And then the ring teal. Let's have to see if we can find them. But yeah, right over here. I want to go look at that. Oh, this guy just flew in. Wow. You gotta watch your head walking around here. That's another one of the flat-billed. I feel like he's just staring at me. Oh, golly. Hey, look at this guy. It's like purplish pink. My goodness. Oh my gosh. I'm freaking out in here. That bird right there, like that one right there, he just flew by with a giant stick. Oh my gosh. They're dive bombing. Oh, wow, there they go again. They're flying everywhere in here. I don't know why I'm so fascinated. Oh, holy cow, they're just flying. It's intense, isn't it? They're just
I don't know if I like it.
They're flying around like crazy.
I like the Brookfield Zoo one better.
Oh my goodness.
They're nice.
He's gonna do it again. This guy right here. Watch this. So he's getting a stick. You see him? And then he gets a stick and then he's bringing it home. He's setting up a nest up there. And then the little guy's taking it apart. What are you doing? I'm just fascinated. Oh my gosh, he's gonna do it again. He's gonna go again. Boom. He's picking up the sticks and he's building a nest. And here you have, I think it's a hyacinth macaw. Look at the size of this. Just massive bird. Unbelievable. I feel like he's eyeballing me a little bit. Makes me a little scared. Very large. Look at that one. I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell. I mean, the beaks on these things. That would hurt if they decided to get your finger. Wow. Very, like, just pretty looking bird, though, to be honest. These look like your typical, like the toucans. Nicole is actually buying a hand feed cup that you can do for those birds over there. So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys a little bit of that. It was full earlier as we took our lap around. It is opened back up, so we'll go ahead and show you that, and hopefully we can get some cool footage of it. I'm not interested. They're a little too aggressive for me. She loves feeding the birds. She does it at the zoos all the time, so we'll go ahead and show you that here in just 1 second. So it is normally $8 a cup. With our silver annual pass member rate, we do get them for $7 a cup. And you can see she is filling them up with some nectar or something over there. So yeah, $7 flat for these. And yeah, let's go ahead and get this done. I'm kind of excited, but I'm also very nervous. All right, are you ready to do this?
Bottoms up.
I guess so. I feel like they're gonna bite you. They look so aggressive. Do you see them up there?
They're hungry.
Oh, this guy's just waiting for you to come in.
He can't do it by the door, they
He's
said.
honking. All right, let's get in again. Very loud. Here it comes. Oh. There it is.
His tongue?
I do.
They have like split tongues. I didn't even notice.
Uh-oh, here comes another one. Oh, they're coming in. Oh, he wants in. Oh.
Nice, he pooped before.
Yeah, at least he
nice
pooped
of him.
beforehand. Oh, look at him.
He's looking at my thumb. Oh!
Oh my gosh, that would have been so bad. It just pooped right in front of
It's
us.
on my leg, to be honest.
No, I think you're clean. Oh my gosh, we almost got pooped on. Oh, another bird's coming in. He's hopping over.
Full.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's up by your head. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's on your head. It's nibbling against your head. Oh.
Oh my gosh, look at
Oh, you're the bird queen. Oh my gosh. Are you... Oh my gosh.
Get off!
Lift it up towards it, maybe. Bring it. Oh, there you go.
I want to poop on me.
I was gonna say I was nervous it was gonna poop on you.
I was so scared.
I gotta get out from underneath that thing. Ooh.
Oh my god,
See,
see its back?
yeah, he's like missing feathers.
Can you grab my phone?
Look at this one, he's orange. Holy cow. Oh my
Like
god.
he's lied to me.
I know, we're empty now, we're sorry. I haven't seen that one though. Well, hopefully that was pretty cool for you guys. That was a new experience that we came by this area last time, but it was a little dark, a little late, and we had kind of more of an agenda to kind of hit a bunch of rides, but now because all the rides are pretty much closed for now, we were able to go in there, go ahead and feed the birds, and yeah, hopefully that was really cool. I thought that was insane. The way that the birds, one flew like inches from my face. That was pretty crazy. So we're just gonna keep kind of pailing around the park, seeing what all there is to do again. So here's a food snack stand right here, just right next to SheiKra, which is right on the other side of the train station, and nobody is working it. And I've seen a few empty ones, and that might go back to how I was saying operations were kind of poor. They might just be a little understaffed here at Busch Gardens. You know, I imagine somebody that comes to Florida to work at the theme parks, you're probably going to Orlando, and you really can't make that commute from Orlando to Tampa, not for the pay that you're getting, I would assume. So that could be why Busch Gardens is maybe struggling with the operations. It could actually be more so a problem with just getting enough employees. And typically this is the splash zone here, and this is like soaking wet all the way out to here from SheiKra as it comes right through here, blasts people with water. And you can see it's pretty dry. This is probably still from this morning, but it goes to show you how wet this area can get, but the ride is not running. But right behind us, we actually have the train station. So I think we're just gonna go ahead, hop on it, and at least do something while we're just waiting around to see if something ends up opening up. All right, well, we see SheiKra going, so we're actually going to abandon the train right now because we want to get on some rides. So while we're over here, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can do that. Possibly even Tigris, if that can get going, because we don't have that first row view in the daylight, which we would ultimately like to get you guys today. But let's go see if we can get on SheiKra here real quick and get our first ride of the day going. We have finished up with SheiKra, and I hope that I got you still a decent visual there, because somebody was behind us just swearing curse words from like the start of the ride, and it kind of sucks because like you can't even focus on the ride because you just hear them just like yelling obscenities, cuss word after cuss word after cuss word, and it's like, So I can't really use that footage of just like the raw footage, so I put some audio over it. Hopefully that's cool. I get it, you know, it's pretty intense, but it's just like, at least like scream, oh my God, or something. Don't go with like the S word, the F word, and like, there's little kids on there too. I don't know, whatever. I digress. Tigris is still down behind us here. We saw, I think, Kumba, Cobra's Curse, and maybe a few others on the other side of the park are kind of up and running with low wait times, so we're gonna head over that direction, hopefully get on some of those. And the weather is starting to kind of come down with the wind. I think the worst of it was this afternoon, but it still is pretty windy, so hopefully we'll be able to get on a few more rides here and still check out more of the park, not just rides today, because again, we've got quite a number of hours here still left of the park. So let's go do that, and then we will catch up with you as we get closer to Kumba. We haven't done that one yet. I heard it's the tallest loop, or was the tallest loop coaster or something I don't know, some details to it. I think the loop was pretty large. So we're gonna head that direction now. We have made it over to Kumba. We're gonna go ahead and get our stuff in the lockers and get you a nice visual on this one. That was our ride on Kumba, and that ride was pretty intense, start to finish. Lots of loops and just kind of, it's quick, it's kind of cool, but you could tell it's a little bit older, a little bit rickety. You're kind of banging your head up a little bit, and yeah, it's just kind of, it just feels a little older. Not a bad ride overall, but just based off of the kind of old style of it and not really updated, it feels like. Not really my favorite, just I don't like the ones that bang my head up. As you get older, that starts to wear on you more, so we'll see. And now we are heading over this way to actually do the train and just have a little relaxing trip. You know, take maybe 20 minutes off and just kind of relax and sit down for a minute and yeah, just kind of enjoy the environment here at Busch Gardens. So we'll catch you guys in a second as we head over towards the train station and actually stay on this time. So go figure, we didn't actually go to the train, and we're actually just heading back over here towards Mardi Gras to pick up another bite to eat and a drink, and we'll sit down and give you guys another little review here before we kind of see. I haven't felt too much for the wind happening here. From what I'm feeling, it feels pretty tame, so hopefully it's nothing too crazy, and we're just kind of just a slight breeze, and most of the coasters will then open up. So I'm guessing maybe by the time we're done eating, we should be good to go for some coasters. Here's another empty food stand that I was mentioning, like a snack stand, and a lot of them just aren't open today. Today's a Friday, so you would imagine that, you know, they would be prepping for decent crowds, just not open. And we are back into our probably favorite section here. It just seems like the food options here are some of the best. So now it's time to pick up the, I think, what are we doing? The Jambalaya here, and then maybe we'll pick up the bundt cake over here, a drink inside. We'll go ahead and try. Too. Oh yeah, the muffaletta, I think, inside. Yeah. Well, I just want to give you guys a quick update. I'm a little upset. The bundt cake here, I was pretty excited about that, and they will not have it for the rest of the day. They never got it in, I guess, for the day, or I don't know. They said probably tomorrow. And then the parfait, they're missing the blackberry one as well. So the two options from this morning are the only two options that they have. And a little unfortunate, again, I don't know if that comes down to the operations and staffing or what's going on there, but we were missing that. However, we are going to be doing the gumbo here from the Jackson Square, which looks pretty good. You know, we had the jambalaya, they might be kind of similar, but we'll let you know what we think here. And definitely gonna probably get some beignets today as well, because that bundt cake's off the table. Here is our feast that we just picked up. So we did pick up the muffaletta sandwich. We picked up, I don't even know what this is called, something with an S, like a Strosky or something. I'm sure Nicole will be able to tell you. This is the gumbo now, and then the voodoo chips. So hopefully these all are pretty good. This should be kind of our dinner here now, and Nicole picked up a Diet Coke. So yeah, we'll go ahead and dig into this and let you guys know what we think. We did do the olives on the side here, but apparently there is an olive paste on this. So we'll give you kind of what's happening inside of each of these dishes. But yeah, let's go ahead and dig in. All right, we're here with our feast, and we have, again, a gumbo here, which looks pretty good. A quite large muffaletta sandwich. Is it just a muffaletta? Is it a muffaletta sandwich?
No.
I don't know, but it looks quite big. And then again, there's olives in there. I don't think either of us have much interest in. And then the voodoo fries. So that's our meals, like I mentioned before. Here's this drink. Nicole thinks I'm not gonna like it. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I'll have that in a second. First, I do wanna get a little bit more food in my system, but I guess let's just try the gumbo to start. One bite.
I think I have chicken. Cheers.
Chicken. Cheers.
The chicken's real good, but I think the issue right now with me is I'm a little over Mardi Gras food. It's not the food. I think I'm like, oh, I want chicken tenders, and that's not part of our punch card, unfortunately. So this is good. I just don't think I'm into it right now, if that makes sense.
I'm sure many people know at this point, but we'll say it anyway. The Mardi Gras food tends to be Cajun style, that kind of, I don't know, it's like this weird spicy, kind of peppery. Yeah, that's the type of food that you tend to get with a lot of Mardi Gras food. So that's kind of what this is. It's very similar, I feel like, to what we had earlier, just like without the rice. Something's got a little bit of spice in the back of my throat.
That sausage has some spice to it.
Ooh, some in the back of my throat gets me. I'm gonna grab some water. 1 second. Ooh, that's some good water right there.
Yeah.
Needed that. Do you want me to try the sandwich first and see if it's too olivey?
Yes.
I don't like how the meat looks so flat.
Yeah.
You can see the meat's kind of, it just looks like there's no texture to it. It's kind of bizarre, but all right, here we go. It kind of tastes like just like a lot of meat in a sandwich. And I don't love sandwiches, to be completely honest with you guys.
I do.
Yeah, she loves sandwiches.
I was excited for that. Now I don't know. What kind of meats are on here?
I don't know, it looks like everything.
As much as I like sandwiches, I don't like the cold cuts, you know, like the salami, prosciutto, pepperoni, like a lot of what this is.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's okay. I'm gonna try one of these chips here. Voodoo chips. Those are pretty good. I think they're homemade or house made. All right. I gotta try this. What is it called?
I don't even know.
You gonna try it?
I don't know. I don't like whiskey or bourbon, and there's some bourbon in there.
It smells like my breath's gonna smell like
bourbon, bitters,
fire.
And sugar. I told him he wasn't gonna like it.
Smell my breath. Does it smell alcoholic?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of tastes like you're drinking gasoline a little bit.
It's Woodford too, so it's good bourbon. It's just we don't do bourbon.
Wow. And now we know. One punch down to Mardi Gras in SeaWorld, Busch Gardens here. I don't think I'd get that again. I'm assuming if you like those flavors, it's very strong with flavors. The alcohol is strong.
They compared it to an old-fashioned. And Dillon's been wanting to try an old-fashioned for a while now. And I told him, I don't think you're gonna like an old-fashioned.
It tastes like if gasoline was sitting in like a barrel, and then you just like chugged, not even chugged the barrel, like you just like, you like licked the like wood that it was soaking in. That's what I imagine. Oh.
It tastes just like your breath smells.
Wow, subtle roast. It's gross, right? Rough review.
It almost has like a cinnamon flavor to me there too, which isn't helping.
Basically, the consensus on this meal, not as good as the meal from this morning, because that key lime parfait was really good. These chips are good. I think these are probably the best thing we got. Well, I actually liked the gumbo, but again, it's so similar to the jambalaya, but it doesn't have the rice, and I feel like I just prefer the rice. This is just an absolute no for me, but again, somebody that likes that flavor, I bet you would be like, oh, it's so good. That's my assumption with that. I feel like anytime you get this amount of alcohol, which isn't very much, it tends to mean it's number one, strong, and it's just like potent. So I should have known from the start. It smelled decent, to be honest. Flavor-wise, this sandwich is, it's okay, it's good for like what it is. It's not anything to like write home about, but it's not a bad sandwich, and you get a nice size one. They are pre-packaged, keep that in mind. So they're making these, sticking them in the fridge. I'm gonna guess kind of the same thing and whatever. So the meal from this morning, definitely better. And we are back, and we have a hurricane in which both of us thought was supposed to be like a red or orange color. And then we have our beignets. They do look pretty good. And here's the crazy part. I feel like every beignet we've had has looked a little different from the last.
Cheers.
Gonna get all over our face. That's not bad. I feel like I got powder all over me, but
Not too bad. I like this. It's a lot fluffier than the Universal ones. Like, I don't know, is that focused at all? You can see any of that? Like, the Universal ones are like hollow.
they're pretty good beignets. I will give them credit.
I like these a lot. I think Disney's are still top ones.
But those are just donuts, let's be honest. But they're good. I like these, yeah. Definitely better than Universals. Let's see if this drink's any better than the last.
It's gonna be better.
I like it, to be honest. I feel like I can taste alcohol, but I'm not getting punched with the alcohol. Way better than the other drink.
We like our mixed drinks.
I would probably get this again, honestly. It's a nice, it's just like a refreshing flavor. It's smooth.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I feel like it's very smooth.
I think rum is a very easy liquor to like enjoy if you don't like liquor.
That's probably why Captain Jack always drinks it, right? Jack Sparrow.
Oh, it's down.
He could just keep going. He doesn't have to slow down. This was way better than I feel like the last three items. I mean, yeah, in general, so the punch card, I think it's $60 for 10 punches. As a pass holder, it's $60 for 12 punches. But it's definitely worth it because like then you would basically just do that division, right? So what is it, $5 a meal then?
Yeah.
Is what it equates to at 12. So you're basically paying $5 for each meal. And I don't know if there's an item that's five or under. I don't think there is, minus maybe the Diet Coke, and that was, you said it was like $6?
It was $6.
Yeah, so even a Diet Coke is still, you're technically getting your money's worth. But especially these items that are $10 or more, you're better to just get the punch card and take advantage of it. So I will say I feel like the drinks are also pretty small. And if this is $14, like a little yikes, Busch Gardens, like this is pretty small for $14. At least I feel like over at like Universal, like you're getting a nice sized portion. And then even if you do like the refills, that's like, I don't know what, 14 ounce, like this is small. And there's ice in here. Like if I wanted to, I could probably just put this back and just like, it would be just like a big mouthful, to be honest. That's it.
Yeah, you're not getting much for $14.
Thank you for hanging out with us during our dining review. We're gonna get this wrapped up, get everything thrown away, clean ourselves up, and go check on some roller coasters. The breeze definitely looks to have been tamed down a lot more, so hopefully we're good to go. We are back in the fresh air now. Kind of a lot of food there, and we ate a lot, so we might try and sit around, kind of let our food settle before we go getting on some wild rides. But again, you could tell the breeze is definitely a lot less today at this point instead of what we were dealing with this morning. When you buy a drink here at Mardi Gras here at Busch Gardens, you do get this nice little necklace with the colorful bead look and nothing on the back, but still pretty nice. Also, I am hearing Iron Gwazi go right now though, so it is up and running. Yeah, didn't you just hear it?
No, that was it.
Yeah, it is up and running. Are we letting our food settle though? Not anymore? Oh, what happened now? Well, Iron Gwazi is a 35-minute wait, but we actually did that in the last vlog that we were here, and we're obviously going to get it for you guys here in a little bit, but we actually are heading over to the Serengeti Flyer because last time we were here, we thought we were going to be able to ride it, and it got a little goofy because I could ride it, but Nicole technically couldn't, and then we were waiting around forever. So we're heading actually this direction now to get over to the Serengeti Flyers to kind of show you guys what that looks like, and then maybe if Montu's up and running. It said it was down for the day, but we'll take a look to see, and then we'll come back over this direction and maybe get you a Tigris run in the daylight. I don't know yet, but first things first, Serengeti Flyers. Here is the alligator here, just vibing out. A chunky boy. And there's actually another one right over there. you can see in the back. He's just laying down. I mean, you are quite close to these. His eyes are closed. He's sleeping.
It's huge.
It is huge. That is a very big one. I wonder if there's any more in the water. I don't know if there's just the two or what, but oh, his eyes are open. Wow. Big boy. They feed him good here. So right around the corner here, there is a third. So we have the one here that I was pointing out, and then there's one over there. You can see tucked the tail and then the back legs. Here's some penguins. I also never realized how small penguins were. But there's the penguins hanging out. Last time we walked by, it was nighttime. We couldn't really get a good visual on them, and they were swimming in the water. So I wonder if they're pretty active. It smells kind of stinky though.
It's cold water.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's actually pretty chilly. But yeah, it smells a little stinky. I don't know if they're...
I don't
know, how smelly.
Exhibit, like at all the zoos are always a little stinky though.
Are they?
Like whenever we go
That's
to the
true,
one
yeah.
Field, it's like that fish. It's fish.
Yeah, but I feel like it's almost like poopy smelling in there. I don't know, but I think right around the corner, we should be able to find the Serengeti Flyer.
Soft serve.
Here is just it seems like the African side of the park. Last time we were here, again, it was too dark. So just so you could see, animal interactions and tours are over here. There was the Kenya canteen over there. The train looks to run right along this as well. You've got cheetah hunts over on that side. So kind of cool. But oh my gosh, and another one is empty. I feel like none of those stands are up and running. It's really weird in all honesty. I feel like at least some of them would have some people working there, but nobody tends to be working there. Again, I don't know if it's operations or I don't know if it's low staff. Maybe both? Who knows? Here is the Serengeti Flyer. I don't know if there's lockers here. I don't really know what we do with our stuff. Kind of loud, but we're gonna go ahead, get you guys a ride on the brand new Serengeti Flyer. It looks quite intimidating from here. Might not look crazy to you guys, but it does look pretty wild. So we're gonna go ahead, attempt this, and we'll go ahead and let you guys know what we think as soon as we get done. All right, we're gonna put the camera away, switch to the GoPro, and hop on the Serengeti Flyer. Wow, we gotta talk about this ride. Very interesting. That was crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, let's just get out and we'll talk about this thing. All right, we have finished up over on the Serengeti Flyer. I still have my GoPro attached to me right now. Nicole, what do you think?
It was awesome, but it was also terrifying. It gets so high, and you're just looking like, I feel like more than like 90 degrees, right? Like
It feels like it, yeah. I
and
feel
it's
like you're...
oh my God, you're gonna like fall out and like somersault out of your seat.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to hold on to. There's nothing to hold on to.
Yeah, you're just like, you're free falling around. Like, you have like one handle, I guess, technically. But yeah, that was a really cool ride. I've never done a swing ride before, never at any of the parks, even at like Six Flags, nothing like that. I've never done them, and I don't think you said you have either, right?
No.
So this was our first time ever doing a style like this, because I know there's like swing style rides, but I feel like this one is super intense, and it was super good. I highly recommend, if you like thrills, like that is a good ride. Don't think of that as just like, oh, it's just a swing ride. Like,
oh, it's tummy tickles.
yeah,
the
you've got
whole
the
time.
tummy drops. You've got like, I mean, it's fast. I think it's 68 miles an hour, she
68
said.
miles an hour, like 145 feet above the park,
Yeah.
and you like get up there fast.
You do, yeah.
You don't take your time. It's like 1, 2, you're there.
You start cruising. It is very cool. Love that ride. Great addition to the park too. The amount of like real estate that takes up in the park, pretty small for a nice thrilling ride. So that's awesome. We are going to head over to Tigris, try and get a daytime ride on that. The sun is starting to set, so vlog might be coming to an end here soon. I didn't grab my other lens today because I figured we would kind of get most things done. Wasn't expecting the issues with the wind, obviously, so heading that way. Hopefully we can get you a nice ride. I do see it running in the background right now. So let's get you a ride on Tigris now, in just a minute. Only because I've been pointing them out all day. Another empty stand, the Dippin' Dots and treat stands. All right, we are back at Tigris. Let's see if they can redeem the operations from last time. This was horrible, horrible operations. Probably the worst in the park last time. Let's hope it's not bad. 5-minute long queue, but we'll see how accurate all of this is. Well, I hope you guys got a nice view of Tigris there this time. The visuals should be better. We had daylight, was a much easier ride. There was like no queue at all. I'm guessing a lot of people actually left the park after they announced for like hours that the wind was causing some issues. So I guess we kind of win that war a little bit with the crowds, but it sucks because people ultimately paid to be here and you would hope that they got to ride rides. You kind of just had to hold out on it a little bit, but I don't feel like the crowds are really here right now. It could just be because it's a Friday. I'm not too sure. It is a posted 30-minute wait right now. I do have a good chance that we are going to miss the sunset because I'm starting to see it kind of dissipate back there. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it for you guys. We kind of hauled over here, but we are still going to try for you. So give us a second as we go ahead, get strapped up with the GoPro, get in line, and hopefully get you guys a very cool visual here. Otherwise, you're getting a night view of Iron Gwazi. So here it is. Well, I am a little dark here, not a ton of light here in Busch Gardens, but we just finished up on our 4th ride on Iron Gwazi. We did about 3 rides in about 20 minutes. We just kind of back-to-backed it. We did the front row for the vlog, did the last row just because, then we did like row 10, I think, or 9, yeah, 10, and then we did row 7 with like, we were the very last ride on Iron Gwazi tonight, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, a lot of rides on it. It was, by the last one, my head's a little jacked up. It's a good ride, it's still smooth and whatever, but after you're just whipping around that hard for 4 rides in that short of amount of time, you'll start to feel it a little bit. But it was an awesome ride tonight. Got to experience a little bit more versus just front and just back. So we're gonna start heading out to the front of the park, and I gotta tell you about the cupcake we just had to finish off our lanyard. Let me tell you about that cupcake now that we are in the parking lot and I have a little bit of light. The buttercream on that cupcake, fantastic. The moistness of that cupcake, fantastic. It was a lemon and lime cupcake base that wasn't actually that crazy like citrusy with the lemon and lime flavors, but the buttercream was super good. It was one of the best cupcakes I've had in a very long time. Was not expecting that. So I feel like next time if we were to do the same thing, I'd probably just go for the 4-pack to try them out, or at least get a few of those cupcakes because they're boxed up. So you could probably like get them when you're leaving the park. They're already in like a pre-packaged container, and there you go. Just bring it home. And there you go, you get your punches done. Because a lot of people, we saw like people were trying to finish up with like pops. They were like, just give me Coke, just give me Pepsi or whatever, it's Coke here. But they'd be like, you know, just give me like 4 Coca-Colas or something. Because they just needed to get their punch cards done. Grab some of those cupcakes, they're great. At least my opinion. That will do it today for our trip here to Busch Gardens again. And it was weird. I've never seen anything like this where the wind has actually stopped the roller coasters from operating. And what's crazy is it was windy, but it wasn't like so windy to the point I feel like a giant structure made of steel would stop operating. Thankfully, things started to pick up and we were able to get on rides. The crowds were a lot less today. Operations, I mentioned it in my last video, the operations have increased a little bit, it feels like here, and maybe it was a bad day last time, but they were kind of moving people through about 1.5 to 2 minute operations, down from that 3.5 to 4 minute operations. It was less busy, obviously, so maybe that's why, maybe less people in quick queue. I'm not too sure, but they did a really good job here on getting the operations just a little bit better. And again, it's been 1 week. I'm just assuming it was a weird day. Don't know. However, you saw with those food booths, like the little stands that were like the snack stands, I guess, those were pretty much empty. So I don't know what's going on there. It seemed like there was kind of missing people just like throughout the park. But the coasters and the rides overall seem to be pretty well populated. So good on them for kind of keeping the attractions going when they were up and running. Serengeti Flyer, like I said, amazing ride. That was cool that we got to witness that. But either way, we're gonna get out of here. We appreciate you guys hanging around. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and we will see you guys in the next one. Take care.